Hey guys, good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to an amazing February. And the title of today's broadcast is Short Month but Long Money. And February is notoriously the shortest month of the year. So you don't have all the days that you would normally have to make your money. So today we want to talk to you about 5 ways you can add to your money in this short month. And I want you guys, if you haven't already gotten a ticket to the Fight for Your Money boot camp, make sure you go to bit.ly/moneyfight21. It's going to be an amazing opportunity for you to add to your education about money because your earning potential is only as great as your education. And we've been taught a lot of things about money that is just not true. We tie our earnings to a job. That's wrong. I don't care how much you love your job. That's wrong. Good morning, Shanedra. We feel that we're limited in our earnings according to having a degree or not having a degree, and that is wrong. There's so many things that are just incorrect about what we were taught as it relates to money. And until we get that education right, unfortunately, our generational wealth is going to continue to be under attack. So we're going to be sharing in that Fight for Your Money boot camp some of the things that you're going to be able to do to really grow that generational wealth and preserve that generational wealth. It's important. But this morning we're going to be talking about 5 things you can do to add to your money in the month of February. And one of them is apply for some of these grants that are running around out there. Good morning, Ebony. Good morning, Nikki. Did you guys see that list that the grant team sent last night?
What they did, I got to get on that.
Yeah, I have to look at it as well today.
They sent it. It's a list of grants that are literally expiring today. And matter of fact, we were on Clubhouse the other night, and I spilled a lot of tea. And I told them some grants. This one lady is a chef. And guys, when you're not speaking, if you don't mute yourself, we're gonna catch a lot of feedback. But there's this one lady that's a chef, and I know y'all saw in the chat because I had tagged like Desiree and D Morris that the James Baker Foundation was giving away like $15,000 to chefs, bakers, restaurants, people with food trucks. There's so much uh, money that's being given away out there that it's just unreal. Shanedra, can you check and see if you see me live on Instagram? So that's one of the things that you can do is apply for some of this grant money that's running around. Here's the thing, and one of the reasons you need to be at the Fight for Your Money boot camp, you don't know what you don't know. Prior to this year, if you told me grants, I thought nonprofit. And I'm going to open it up to let y'all speak on that because prior to this year, if you told me anything about a grant, I tuned you out because I immediately associated grants with nonprofits. What about you guys?
I agree, Coach. I was online actually last month, and there were a lot of grants here in the Washington area for business owners, small business owners.
But
and
what did
I've
you
always thought that, excuse
right?
me?
Go ahead. That's what I was going to ask.
Yeah, and I've always thought that grants were for nonprofits. So yeah, there's quite a few places giving out grants, to business owners.
Tens of thousands of dollars in grants. As a matter of fact, it's a grant right now in the Atlanta area, in the Chicago area, in the California area. One of my clients applied for it on a Monday. Good morning, I am MJ 24. Applied for it on a Monday, got approved on a Tuesday, and by the end of the week had got her money. I don't know anybody that can afford to not be in the runnings for a $10,000 grant. I don't care how much money you make a year. I'm that type of person that it doesn't matter how much money I make a year. Number one, That's money that I don't have to take out of my pocket. And then number two, that's money that I can run campaigns with. And I'm so in love with campaigns at this point because I've done it the manual way. Dr. Nick, you remember when I used to go live 2, 3, 4 times a day, I was my own video campaign. So for me to be able to run video to me is a blessing. You mean you're going to run my video over and over and over? Baby, run it, because mama's 50 and she ain't got the energy like she had when she was 45. She don't have it. Them 5 years. They make a big difference, y'all. So I don't know that there's anybody that can afford to not understand the different types of money that are out there. And that's what we're going to be talking about at the Fight for Your Money Bootcamp. So if you don't have your ticket already, grab your ticket. Say me in the chat once you've grabbed your ticket, because you know, you just don't know what you don't know. And especially about money. Medina said yes, applied this morning for the rural grant. You guys want to chime in?
Coach, I had a client all the way, I'm in the Seattle, Washington area, and about a week and a half ago, I had a client who lives in the California area, and she called me and she said, are you signing up? Are you signing up for these grants? There's grant money out there. She said, I need for you to get online. And she gave me a list of different ones, but she had applied, when she called me, she had applied, I guess, for a grant. I think she said it was like 5 days prior, and she had just got approved.
Girl, you didn't send us that list that girl sent you?
Well, she had named some, so I have to look into it. There was one, because they were, yeah, I have to look into some of them to make sure they're still open.
Girl, if you just forward them to the grant team, they'll look. Okay. Yes, ma'am. Don't do
that. I'll do that today.
Good morning, LA Divine Boutique. Good morning, Made by Jira. So here's the thing, guys. That's one of the reasons that you have to be in a community, because everybody can't see every grant. And let me tell you something else I learned. Good morning, Brown Eye Bombshell. Somebody said you can apply for this rural grant. I hate saying that word because I feel like I always botch it. RURAL, rural. So somebody said you can apply for this rural grant. I said, well, I don't live in the country. I don't qualify for that grant. But baby, this is the season where I'm not turning down anything. So I went and looked up the definition of rural. And if you live in the suburbs, in a city that's adjacent to a major city like I do, I live in Katy, Texas. Katy, Texas has a population of less than, I think, 50,000. So if you have a population in your small city of less than 50,000, you're considered rural. They got all kind of money out there. If you live in
the suburbs here, Coach, same as the suburbs. That's rural is the same as the suburbs.
Yep.
Not to me. Let me tell you about my social studies. My social studies said it's the city, it's the suburb, and then there's rural. Did y'all learn that in social studies?
I know I did, Coach. I mean, if you thought you say rural to me, I'm thinking country. You out in the country. Where the corn and the agriculture is growing.
I learned that in social studies. In social study, they said it's the city. Come on, Brown Eye Bombshell. Come on, Made by Jer. They told me on Instagram they learned it too. Okay. It's the city. It's the suburbs. And rural meaning your next neighbor is 5 or 10 miles from you. That is rural. But the real definition of rural means you can be in a suburb that has less than 50,000 people and you're considered rural. Another way they're giving out money, if you live in a zip code that they consider underutilized, you won't know unless you look your zip code up.
Coach, the winner of the grant for the Dancing with the Stars for last month was from Katy, Texas.
Oh, wow.
Yep, $3,500.
See, that's the thing. And here's the thing about, I have two addresses. I have my office address and my home address. My office looked up the zip code, and it is in a underutilized area. So if I apply for a grant using my office address, then I am eligible for that grant. Guys, we're talking about February being a short month, but we're talking about ways for you to be able to pick that money up. And if you haven't signed up for the Fight for Your Money boot camp, it's only $20.21. You're going to miss out on access and how to learn how to get access to thousands and thousands of dollars all year long because you don't want to spend $20. Y'all need to quit playing with yourself. Go to bit.ly/moneyfight21 so you can at least learn how you can get your name in the hat for these grants, because they're giving out crazy money, and I'm not mad at them. Luana said, I've been looking for grants, and maybe I'm looking in the wrong place because you must be. You must be. But see, it's an art to looking for them grants, number one. And then number two, one of these proverbs that I love is say, many hands make light work. So when you got a bunch of people looking for grants, Dr. Nikki may not find one today, but Monique may. Dawn may find one tomorrow. Ebony may find one Friday. Many hands make light work. So you need to make sure you register for this boot camp, because y'all are leaving a lot of money on the table because you don't know what you don't know. Y'all want to weigh in?
Yeah, Coach, to answer your question about what I used to think about grants is I used to really just not think that they were for me. I used to know about them, and I knew that they were available to profitable businesses, not just nonprofits, but I did not know that someone like me could apply for them.
You know what? You said a lot there. That's another reason you're missing out on money, is because you don't think you're eligible. A lot of these grants don't ask you how much money you making. Don't ask you, have you made $1? They don't ask you how much you made last month, last year, or ever. And so you're sitting over there thinking, well, it's COVID. My business is not doing too good right now. I'm not going to apply. Some of these grants take 30 seconds to apply. The link is bit.ly/moneyfight21 Brown Eye Bombshell. Guys, this is the money event of the year. If you're somebody who struggles with your pricing, you need to be there. If you're somebody who doesn't know the difference between good money and bad money, you need to be there. If you're somebody that knows you want to make more and you just don't know how you gonna figure it out? Because let me give you a word to the wise. You know, my grandma used to say a word to the wise is sufficient. Your broke business best friend, she can't teach you, because she going through the same thing you're going through. Luana said, I bought my ticket a week and 3 days ago. I'm ready to learn because I'm done being broke with a business. Amen. Monique, I know you got something to contribute.
Most definitely. I'm with LaWanda.
Monique be over there like double Dutch, like, I'm waiting on you to get through, Coach, because I got something to say.
Okay, Monique is crying this morning.
No, but wait a minute. It's Monique's birthday, y'all.
Oh, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
Queen.
Thank you. Coach, I'm just waiting my turn to come in, but I'm with LaWanda. I'm registering too because I'm tired of being broke with a business too. But one of the things I wanted to say is that this whole idea of startup capital, and just really, to be honest with you, to be transparent, the word capital, knowing what capital was, that was money given to you for your business. I didn't know anything about that until I started coming into this community and being with you, Coach, and learning from you. So, you know, the whole idea of making money from a launch was totally foreign to me. I was like so blown away. I was like, you're supposed to make money when you do a business launch? I didn't know that. And then there's startup capital to help you start your business. I didn't know that. I didn't know. I thought grants were for nonprofits like the most of us here this morning. And then when I found out that for-profit businesses could get grants too, it was just like, wow, this is so phenomenal. This is amazing.
And guys, back to that, you just don't know what you don't know. And I don't know what as women makes us think that it's a bad thing to say, I don't know. It's a bad thing to say, I need help. It's a bad thing to say, I'm tired of struggling. I don't know, Don, you want to weigh in on that? I don't know what makes women feel like we just got to carry the world and just never get tired.
I know. I've done that my life too, where I think we are in our time when we were raised, that's kind of like how we were pushed into the world where we are to take care of things. Some of the advice that I got, sorry guys, I haven't had my coffee yet. I'm catching up. Some of the advice that I got when I launched.
This one.
Oh, give me some, please. Have me that. The advice that I got when I started out on my own path was not really the greatest advice. So I kind of had to struggle and stumble through and figure things out. And that was a hard way to really learn. And then that was just learning enough. That wasn't really learning how to be above and beyond that. So being mindful of what we didn't learn as kids, because is that really our parents' responsibility to teach us everything? Or are we needing to be out there and using our imaginations, using our smarts and our skills and applying this? I'm in my 50s and I'm just now starting to apply some of those smarts. So there was a huge gap in there and I needed the coaching. I needed that help. So I think that's where women have that gap. We're conditioned to go in there, start a family, have children, be successful, and then what happens when the kids leave is where we're at right now. A lot of us are.
But you know what, Don? I don't hold my mom accountable because my mom didn't have access to the revenue. You, in order to teach somebody about money, are y'all listening?
Mm-hmm.
You got to know about money.
Yeah.
And when I grow up, my mom didn't know about the level of money.
Mine neither.
That I make right now. She didn't even know about the level of money I was making in corporate America. She'd never made 6 figures in a year. So somebody who's never done what you've done, unfortunately, can't tell you how to navigate that space. And even when I was ready to leave corporate America, I had to explain to her, Mom, I'm making way more money now than I am at that job. Matter of fact, every time I go into that job, I'm losing money. I'm literally losing money to go to a job. You don't know what you don't know about money, especially women.
And I didn't mean to make it sound like I was blaming my mom. It was the
no.
She didn't know either, and neither did her mother. And so it's that transgenerational.
Absolutely. Keep going. And if we don't fix it, our girls won't either.
Right.
It reminds me of that story of the mom and the roast. And her daughter was watching her cook, one of my favorite stories. And before she put the roast in the pan, she cut a piece off each end and was going to throw it away. And the daughter was like, why do you do that? And she's like, I don't know. I always saw Mom do it. And luckily her mother was alive. She's like, let's call Grammy and ask her, why do you do that? And so she called her mom. She said, I'm cooking a roast. Your grandbaby is watching. And I cut the ends off like I used to see you do. And what I've always done. And she wanted to know, why did you do that? The grandmama starts laughing and said, Lord Jesus, I used to do that because my pan wasn't big enough.
Yeah.
So a lot of things we do because we saw our parents do may have been applicable during that time period. My mom worked like a dog because it was applicable during that time period. She didn't have the plethora of options that we have available to us today. They didn't have laptops and smartphones and tablets and access to the internet. And
we have knowledge and connections today.
And corporations throwing money at them. And yet we still sit here as if we don't have choices. But until you submit yourself to the education, until you submit yourself to the process, you're going to struggle. And that's what the Fight for Your Money Bootcamp is about. It's about providing you with the right tools to fight so you can call your struggle to an end. bit.ly/moneyfight21. That's another thing we think as women. We think it's cute to struggle. I'm gonna let y'all talk about that one. We think it's cute or a badge of honor or an award-winning, we think it's cool to struggle.
Oh, I've been wanting to say something for such a long time. I was yelling all weekend. I had my godkids over, so my voice is half gone. But oh my gosh, Dawn, to what you were saying, I was thinking about, I've been trying to be an entrepreneur for like the past almost 10 years, since I was 21 years old. I got into the military when I was 19 years old. And right off rip, I knew that working at a job was just not for me. I needed that structure in the beginning, but as I got older, it was best if I found out my own thing. And coming into this community with all the knowledge that I had, a lot of the times when you go other places and you go to different coaches and you go to different courses, they give you bits and pieces, but nobody ever gives you the key to show you how everything connects to one another. So I came in this community already knowing the certain terms. I came in this community already kind of knowing what things were supposed to look like, but I never knew how to forefront put it out there so that I could launch and have a successful business. That's something that I could keep doing, and keep building on. And coming over to this community with all the knowledge that I've already had, I finally got the chains that links everything together. And that right there for me was super important, because when Coach says that what we have over here is so rare, she's not lying about that, you guys. So no matter what level of your business that you think you may be at, you could be at the very beginning, or you could be right there at the tipping end of a breakthrough. This community right here is for you, just because it's so much knowledge that we know that if you don't got the pieces on how to connect it, that knowledge does nothing for you. I've had this knowledge for years and didn't know what to do with it.
Oh, it's everything. Those little chain links are without them, I didn't know where I was going next, and I was just kind of going and not really in a direction.
And you know what? Y'all are so right. One of the reasons that I started coaching the way I coach was because I've always been a bottom line coach. I've always been all about your money. I wanted to stay in just that lane, but it was so many women coming to me with missing pieces. They didn't know how to build products. They didn't know how to do product launches. They didn't know the technical infrastructure in the background. They didn't know how to price their products. They didn't feel like they was worthy. And they were going from place to place, buying all of these pieces, but nobody had the recipe. So it's like somebody giving you a grocery list on and saying, okay, we're going to bake a cake. You need flour, eggs, sugar, butter. You get all those things and you get back to your house, but nobody told you how to mix those things up together. Those ingredients without a recipe, including what kind of pan to use, including what temperature to bake it at, including the order even in which you mix the ingredients, has everything to do with your online success. So what happens? We think we crazy. We got all these pieces, but they won't jive. They won't fit. They won't work. So we're thinking it's me. Oh, don't ever let a woman think it's her. Don't. So now we gone down the rabbit hole. What's wrong with me? Is it my past?
I can't do anything right.
Huh?
I can't do anything right.
I can't do. Oh man, I'm just not that smart. Oh, I might as well just work a job. Maybe my prices are too high. Let me make it cheaper. And then all of a sudden, we just off trajectory. And it's not our fault. Because we didn't know how to bake a cake to begin with. And we thought we did the right thing because we bought flour over there. But when you buy flour over there, they just show you how to use the flour over there. And then when you buy the butter over there, they just show you how to use the butter over there. And none of them talk together. It's a mess. And then they got you thinking that if you don't invest all this money in they butter and they sugar and they flour, it's not going to work. And that's not true either.
Really funny story, Coach. So with one of my coaches I went through the course and everything and didn't have any access to her, only had access to the other members. And look, we was all a bunch of clueless people trying to figure some stuff out. And one of the biggest things was I used to be like, I don't even know really how to get my target audience on my social medias to even think about. So how am I supposed to? And, it was just all of those things in other communities. Those are things like, that's going to come. Don't ask that. That's going to come. You just got to get this right. If you get this right, then that's going to come. And now I'm being over here. I'm like, no, you're supposed to be building that up as you're going.
You're supposed to know that off the rip, because if you don't know who your target is and what problem you're solving for them, everything else you create doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. But that's that whole world that we just want to keep you coming back. We're going to show you all these successful people. Now, I'm not going to lie. I'm the same way. I'm going to show you Chiquita made $130,000. I'm going to show you Jamie had a 5-figure launch. But behind the scenes, know it's real, okay? And know that that's my goal for everybody. I don't want to just have 2 or 3 people on the stage. I can tell you hundreds of people that have quit their jobs, thousands of people, tens of thousands of people that have made more money because I do what I do. I don't want that to be that one person or that 2 person, if that makes sense what I'm saying. I want to create a system where I know if you use this system, you can go out and get that money beyond a shadow of a doubt. So guys, make sure you join that Fight for Your Money boot camp. I can promise you, you're going to learn some things about money that are going to open up your awareness, open up your earnings, open up your opportunity, open up your connections that you don't know right now. So the 5 things: short month, long money, we said grant money. Number 2, the PPP money, the second draw is available right now. Some of y'all didn't even get the first round of money, which is crazy. Now there's a second round available right now. Number 3, if you don't have a profit plan, meaning I plan to make X number of dollars, then you need to get one ASAP. Once you have a profit plan, you got to have a marketing plan. So if I'm a farmer, my profit plan is this. I'm going to buy 100 pumpkin seeds. Out of that 100 pumpkin seeds, 80 of them will probably grow. Out of that 80 that grow, 70 of them will probably survive the bugs. Out of that 70 that survive the bugs, 60 of them probably, can survive the harvest team. They don't get dropped and they don't get broke open, chipped, or anything like that. So I'm going to have 60 pumpkins to sell. And I'm going to sell them for $20 each. So my profit plan is I'm going to make $120. That's your profit plan. Now, your marketing plan is when and where am I going to sell these pumpkins? I got 50, 60 pumpkins for sale. I'm going to sell 10 at the church bazaar, okay? I'm going to sell 20 to the people that make jack-o'-lanterns, all right? I'm going to sell the other 30 at the farmer's market. Most of you guys don't have that. Saying I'm going to post on Instagram every day is not a marketing plan. Hello? Saying I'm going to post on Facebook every day is not a marketing plan. Saying that I want to make more money this year is not a profit plan. I need you guys to have real marketing plans, real profit plans, and I'm going to show you that at the Fight for Your Money Bootcamp. I'm going to show you exactly what your marketing plans and your profit plans should look like if you really want to make that next level of money. So make sure, guys, for $20.21, this should be $1,000 conference. The way this agenda is shaping up, and I can promise you, it ain't nobody else that's going to teach it to you for less than $5,000, not $5. The profit plan piece alone is worth $1,000. The marketing plan piece alone is worth $1,000. The startup capital piece alone is worth $1,000. Baby, and y'all know I don't exaggerate. I say what I say. And then you can come and you can check your results. So if you have not already got a ticket for the boot camp, I don't know if you're waiting on Jesus to come back and teach you about money, but when he come back again, that's not what he's coming for. Okay? When he come back again, he coming for the rapture. All of this will be over. So if you want to learn, go to bit.ly and comment me in the chat once you got your ticket so I can shout you out this morning for taking action in a speedy manner. You and you alone knows what's going on with your money. And outside of Warren Buffett or Bill Gates or somebody, Oprah, you need to be there. Even if you already at six-figure earnings, you need to be there. The link is bit.ly/moneyfight21. Let me see if I can pin it. I just pinned it on Instagram, bit.ly/moneyfight21. And guys, the fact that it's a multi-day boot camp and the tickets are only $20.21, man, I'm telling you, you need to get your ticket ASAP. Go ahead, Nikki.
No, I was getting ready to say I definitely have to get mine today. But for those people who may, be on the fence about purchasing a ticket and who've never taken a class from you, I tell you, you're definitely going to get more than $1,000 worth of information. And one of the things about profit planning is you can use this every year. Is going to change because every year, hopefully you'll grow. So this is information that you're not going to just be able to use just for 2021. This is going to be information that you're going to be able to use for as long as you're in business.
In the mindset shift.
Yes.
I think it was Thomas Jefferson, correct me if I'm wrong, Dawn and Monique, that says once the mind is expanded by new ideas, it can't return to its original position. Once I realized, D. Jefferson said, I got my ticket, I'm ready. You can't beat the price and the knowledge that would be dropped. Once I realized my earning potential was way beyond anything that I ever imagined, I could never go back to earning less.
And Coach, I agree with you because now that I've made a shift in what I charge for what I do, because I started out in the cosmetology industry, and now then I went into non-surgical hair replacement, and now I'm in trichology, and just the mindset, the money shift. I'm like, I can't go back to being a cosmetologist.
You would never consider it.
Oh no! Oh no!
You start to reconcile. See, this is what people need to realize. You need to reconcile your abundance with who you are and realize that having money is not the problem. Not having money is the problem. That you can do anything, chew gum, tie shoes. It doesn't matter what you do. If you do it in the right spirit, because you love it, and for people, you're going to always get paid. But do you have the right mindset, the right strategy, right? The right spirit about money? Some of y'all run money off.
Was that something that most women do also? Back to what we were talking about earlier, is instead of saying, I spending the money, we hold on to it and we say, I need to hold on to this because I might need it for something more important, instead of letting money flow, because money's that energy. It has to keep moving, but we want to hold on to it, and then we have less for some reason.
Well, we have less because it's that ebb and flow. I can tell you why we have less. I would have these periods where I would starve, and then binge. Because I've been good, let me go buy this. Because I've been good, let me go buy that. Because I've been good, I'm finna treat myself. That I work hard. That's that whole self-conversation.
Yes.
Come on now, somebody knows I'm telling the truth.
Oh yeah.
I work too hard not to be able to afford a pair of shoes when I want a pair of shoes. And so we do, that's what we do. We go into this whole, I'm going to treat myself and I deserve it. And we had this whole conversation. And before you know it, every little dollar we done squared away, girl, we done spent it on something random and probably can't even remember what we spent it on.
And then sometimes too, I know with me, I had a habit of doing things for other people and not paying attention to my own needs and not making sure that my cup was full to where I can do what I needed to do. I wasn't selfish enough. So now 2021, I'm gonna be selfish, and it's okay because there's things that I have to do, and so and spend my money on my, to get to my next level. So I'm frugal now as far as what I do for other people.
You're absolutely right. Dr. Nikki, every time I felt like I got ahead of the game, somebody else would have an emergency. Come on, Glenda. Glenda says signed up for the boot camp. I'm excited. If you signed up, make sure you put it in the chat. Good morning, Cream Puff. Somebody else would have an emergency, and I would run to their rescue, and that would eat up everything that I had saved. And so many times, the minute I ran to somebody else's emergency, right around the corner, I would have an emergency. And then I'm back to robbing Peter to pay Paul.
Very true.
You got to get to that point where you say to yourself, good morning, Clean Pedrazas. I can't afford to save nobody but myself. Amen. Let me tell you how I define that.
Yeah.
I define that as if you live under my roof. This was before the kids moved out. Those are the people that would get saved. If I loan out too many life preservers, too many life rafts, too many emergency vehicles, when it's time for me to save somebody in this household, I'm not gonna be able. So those boundaries, you have to have, baby, I got so much to teach at this boot camp. If you ain't got your ticket right now, watch this. If you don't have your ticket for the boot camp, as the boot camp starts going down, you're going to start feeling left out. Because there's going to be such a buzz about what these women are learning. But if you don't set some boundaries to save yourself, nobody will set boundaries to save you. And I learned that from my mama, Dawn. Saving everybody. My grandmama would feed the block. And I'm like, now, Big Mama, you barely scrambled together this meal for us. Which, that's something I got from her. The charitable nature. But you check your junk mail, sis. Because if you sign up, we got you. The charitable
Coach, I used to get in trouble for feeding the neighborhood. My mom, she used to tell me, look, girl, we don't have it like that.
But see, my grandmother never said that. And my mother never said that. They said we always got enough for one more. So I grew up with that whole mindset that I always had enough to share. And I still am very charitable to this day. But even your charity has to have boundaries. So that's why I created a community of women who understand reciprocity, give and take, so I can give unabashedly and not have to worry about somebody who doesn't There's a book I read a long time ago called Givers and Takers. I think that's what it was called. If you're not careful, every giver will be aligned with a circle of takers. People, John Gordon calls them energy vampires. But see, those energy vampires steal more than your energy. You have people that lean on your energy. You have people that lean on your money. You got people that lean on your time. You got people that lean on your intellect. There's a lot of different types of vampires. And you've got to be careful, because some of them will just call you on the phone and blah, 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 blah. And they'll do one or two things. Before you know it, an hour is gone and they done wasted your time. Can I get an amen? Anybody know anybody like that?
Amen.
We ain't got to call no names. You know, names have been changed to protect the guilty. We ain't got to call no names. Or they will call you and dump everything that's going on bad with them in their life in your lap. And then hang up. And you'd be like, you know, before I answered the phone, I was fine. Now I'm feeling some kind of way. What just happened? It's a lot. So as women, we want to be there. We want to be supportive. We want to be this. We want to be that. All I can tell you was when I divorced my telephone and stopped taking so many calls from so many people with so many problems, my peace evolved. My time management got better. My ability to focus and be creative reached new heights. I was spending, I'm going to let y'all weigh in because I know I'm not the only one. I was spending so much time. Don't even ask how you doing, Ursula. Don't even ask. And once I caught on with this one girlfriend that does it bad, I said, I'm gonna give her 3 times on the phone to see, does she even ask me how I'm doing? And that girl never even asked me one time how I was doing. I'm gonna let y'all weigh in on that, what you think.
Well, Coach, you know, you just have to, like you said, divorce some people, cut some people off, as we normally say. You know, I know when I got into this community, one of the things that the Lord said to me.
Oh, wow.
He told me, stop listening to broke people. You know, he said, stop listening to broke people. So I had to cut some people off, people that had my ear, had my attention. I was like, no, you don't have no bank. You don't have no money. God don't want me to listen to you. You know, so I had to cut some people off and just not give them any attention. And it's surprisingly enough, I started hearing, understanding clarity from what you were teaching. And then not only that, but then God started talking to me. So it was just like, wow, I haven't heard him speak to me this much in, I don't know, the last 5 years. It was just like so phenomenal to be led and have clarity and instruction. But, you know, it's just really powerful. You just have to let go of those toxic relationships that, you know, are not leading any place and that are just pulling you down, that just come to just dump, pull, and take away from you.
Yeah, there's a couple years ago, I read a book called The Energy Bus, and I didn't realize it at the time why I would even need to read that book, because I was just gainfully employed, happily employed. But I remember back now thinking about it, that bus was about fueling it with positive energy, putting your boundaries up, like Coach was saying, making sure that only people with positive energy got on the bus. And then there was a sign about not allowing the energy vampires to get on your bus, and that you were the driver of that bus. And so you get to make the rules. You get to decide how that's going to go. So, and then at the end, it was to have fun and enjoy driving your bus. So that was actually a good book. I need to go back and reread that.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get that one. I noticed that once you progress in your life, your circle of friends, your circle of associates change. I remember some years ago, I was battling an issue with cancer, and one of my childhood friends called me about a whole nother subject. But as I was listening to her, here I am, you know, waiting for my test results to come back, and you know, I had already had the surgery, and this lady, she was just going on and on and on and on and on. And I said to myself, Nikki, she didn't even take a breath to say, hi, how are you doing? What she was calling me about was something that really didn't concern me, and really she needed to work out herself. And that's when I knew that, okay, this is a person I'm going to have to distance myself from. And even now, when she called, I pick up the phone when I'm ready to talk to her. And usually if she's not talking about nothing, I'll get off the phone really quick, because our conversation has changed, or we have two different lifestyles, you know. And just like Monique said, you know, when you're making money or trying to make money, and you're taking classes and trying to get to that next level, and your mindset have changed, it's, you know, you have to eventually let people go, because you just don't have the same conversation no more.
Absolutely. I know I don't have the same friends that I had when I started. And one of the things I remember doing is I had a friend that was very trying to be very dominant in the decisions I was making, right? Trying to steer me in the direction she felt I should go. And there was times that I actually had to put her in timeout, and I would tell her 2 days, no talking. I'm not talking to you for 2 days because I'm mad about what you just said, and I need 2 days away from you. And I literally had to do that with her. And she would call, she's like, is the 2 days up yet? Because she was ready to tell me more.
I love you, but I need a break.
I love you, but you're cut off. That's
what we have. Like my friend, we're like sisters, but it's like she lives in another state. I live in Washington, and sometimes I'm like, I love you, but you know, I can't listen to all that right now.
Mm-hmm. Because the only way I could clear my mind and figure out what it was that I wanted to do was not to hear all that chatter. Sometimes you just have to make the room silent for a minute, just so you can like regroup and figure out, okay, what is it that I'm doing here? Because it would be really easy to be led astray sometimes if that's all we're listening to.
Yes.
Most definitely. Want to give a shout out to Miss Glenda Smith, who said she signed up and is ready for the boot camp.
Woo-hoo. Congratulations.
Congratulations. For those
will not be disappointed.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Dr. Nikki.
No, I said she will not be disappointed.
No, she won't. For those of you who are tuning in and have been watching us, this is the BYOB show, and we are talking about the Fight for Your Money boot camp. That's only $20.21. Go to bit.ly/moneyfight 2021 to get registered, and drop it in the comments when you have registered. So yeah, you know, you have to get rid of those toxic relationships, those things that are hindering you, that are bringing you down, things that are coming to dump on you, you know, and always just take and pull and never adding any value to you or lifting you up, or, you know, when you have a situation that you're going through, you can't depend on them to help you out.
So what I call it is, you have your battery drainers and then you have your battery chargers. I need people, especially this year, to charge my battery. If you can't charge my battery, I mean, you know, I'm done with the battery drainers. That was in 2020.
I agree with that 100%.
Yes, we need some batteries. And this community is nothing but full of battery chargers. I mean,
I
yes.
would definitely agree with that. Battery chargers at every level. Most definitely.
Absolutely.
So we're pretty excited about the Fight for Your Money boot camp. It's going to be a plethora of knowledge. You're going to be in the room with the Reverend Dr. Danielle Winningham, and we are so excited because our coach is the GOAT when it comes to business and life coaching. She is a master business, master life coach, and she is one who has been in the trenches, has walked the walk, and talks the talk. And so you will be in the room with her with experts. She's going to talk to you. She said you're going to talk. She's going to talk about grant money. She's going to talk about the second round PPP loan. You're going to learn about a profit plan. And then not only that, once you have a profit plan, you need a marketing plan. And so, you know, you can't have a profit plan without a marketing plan. And so she's going to talk about those different areas and put you on a trajectory. You know, come on now. It's still 2021. I know it's February 2nd and it's my birthday, but it's still the beginning, the first quarter of the year. You know, you still have a long list of the rest of 2021 to get it right. And for $20.21, being at the Fight for Your Money bootcamp is where you need to be. Go to bit.ly/moneyfight21.
You see how she slid that Fight for Your her birthday into the Fight for Your Money bootcamp?
I saw that. I saw it.
I'm not mad at you, sis. LaWanna said, I thought letting people wear my clothes for free would get me somewhere my advertising game didn't. Let me tell you something about people promoting for you. Most people won't even promote for themselves, y'all. Promotion is the hardest thing. I talked to my mentees about it. I said, you know, if we would all just get out there and promote like masters, we would never ever have a problem getting an event feel. But most people are so ashamed to promote and ask people, especially women, for anything. If they don't promote their own stuff, love, they're not going to promote for you. There's no easy way to market your stuff. You just got to do it. You've just got to do it. And you know, when you're disgust and you know, you just get tired of not having all of that shame and you know, embarrassment of promotion, it goes away. I don't have any left. I don't have any. I'm trying to clear my plate now so I can go live all day, every day, because I just don't have any of that. What are people gonna say? What are people gonna think? I don't have any of that left. I got too many goals and too many life goals and just too many things to do to let what other people think bother me. So I had to let that go. And sometimes go ahead, Dawn.
Sorry. Coaching definitely has helped with that quite a bit. It gives us the ability to put that it's the mindset change. It's all kinds of it's the way you think about yourself, way you're putting yourself out there, how you're showing up, what you're offering. And if you know what you're offering and who you're offering it to, then there's really no need to feel apprehensive or afraid or in fear of being on camera. And I've struggled with that myself. I've had my own struggles, and I was thrown into being on camera early last year, and I don't even like being in the camera, just a still shot camera. I was always the one holding the camera. Now I'm on video on Facebook Live, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, what did I do? But it got easier and easier, and I knew why I was there. And as I accepted that, the other stuff kind of felt like it was less. It was not as important anymore.
Welcome, Miss Joanne. Miss Joanne says she just got her ticket. And you're absolutely right, Dawn. You know, everything is a skill and a comfort level, and that whole 10,000 hour rule. People say, oh, well, coach, you this and you that, but check my time clock. I've done over 5,000. At this point, I'm probably at 6,000 or 7,000 live stream videos. And that's not even I got a congratulations from Facebook like 2 years ago saying you made your 5,000th live video. So that's not even an underestimate or a guess. You know, so you do something that long, that often, you are going to get comfortable with it. With me, live stream is like putting on clothes. Now, I'm not going to say I get tired of it, but it doesn't scare me. But at first, it scared me. I'm human. But I had to make a choice. Be afraid and be broke, or get out here and be prosperous.
And one thing, Coach, that makes it easier when you're in a community, as far as going live, is you know that they're there cheering you on. So it's not like you're by yourself. So it makes it a little easier.
Let me tell you something I learned about being alone.
Even if you are by yourself, yeah, it is okay.
My grandma said, when you leave this planet,
you're going to be by yourself. Came in by yourself.
To call you home. It ain't nobody that can go with you. You got to go alone. When I pay my bills, ain't nobody with me. I pay them bills all by myself. Feed these kids, it's nobody with me. I feed these kids all by myself. So some things you just have to get used to doing by yourself. All right, y'all, that's my signal. When the sun start coming through the door, I'm like Mr. Rogers. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. A beautiful day with my neighbors. Would you be mine? Would you be mine? It's time for me to go, baby. That sun, and there's absolutely nothing I can do about it. I can barely see right now. That's the, you know, the window at the top of your door. That's it. Anybody want to add anything before we go? Anybody?
It's going to be phenomenal. I'm excited. The Fight for Your Money boot camp, Super Money Saturdays has been great. The Fight for Your Money boot camp is going to be awesome. It's just going to be wonderful.
Absolutely. Grab your ticket. Invite a friend. Invite 5 friends. Text a girlfriend and tell her, girl, you don't want to miss this because we're about to change your money life. And if you don't do anything else, be there, be ready to fight for your money because it's a fight for your life, okay? Love you guys. Have an amazing day. Bye.
Bye-bye.